Back in the audience now for another question, and this time it comes in a letter from Kathan Murray of Stillwater, Minnesota, who writes, "What makes you hiccup?" Good question. Here to answer that question is Dr. Jan Seary, our biologist from McAllister College. Welcome, Jan. Good to see you again.
Thanks, Ira.
Good to see steadfast, dead old Ernie here.
Yeah, he's come with me tonight, and he's brought his diaphragm, because that's the part of the body we have to understand when we talk about hiccups. Now, the diaphragm is a muscle, just like any muscle, and it's at the bottom of the chest cavity. And when you contract it, it goes down like that, and it expands the chest cavity, and it causes your lungs to become bigger, and then they inflate, and you breathe. Now, I have a model here that demonstrates that a little better. The pink balloon is the lungs, and the bowed diaphragm down here is the diaphragm. And when you contract it, you pull it down.
Look at that.
And the
really
lungs will fill with air, all right? And that's how you breathe. Now, when you get the hiccups, what the hiccups are actually is a twitch in the diaphragm.
Oh,
right?
An involuntary movement then.
Right, so it will twitch just a little bit, and that will force air then very quickly through your vocal cords. And if they're closed, then you get this. Or you can leave them open if you try real hard and hiccup silently. If you care.
If
you have
it's
to.
embarrassing.
Yeah, right.
Now, what causes this? What causes the hiccup?
Well, some people think that it's caused by an irritation in the nerve that runs the diaphragm, and that's up here. It's called the phrenic nerve, and it comes from the neck and goes down by the heart and into the diaphragm. And if that's irritated and not working right, then the diaphragm may get a little twitch in it.
Now, there are all kinds of home remedies for curing the hiccups, right?
Yeah, there are. Yeah,
well,
right.
what's scientifically proven?
Well, there aren't any that are scientifically proven, but everyone has one that they swear by.
I usually hold my breath.
Yeah,
to try
that's a tried and true method, okay? Or you can have someone scare you.
The boo factor.
Yeah, the boo. Yeah. Okay, or you can drink from the far side of a cup. That's another method.
Unless you spill it all over yourself.
Yeah, right. That's a danger. Or some people say take a teaspoon of sugar.
Oh.
Okay, and there are many more ideas.
What's the common thread, though, running
Well,
through all
in
of these?
some of these, the common thread is you stop your diaphragm, you don't breathe, and you concentrate on something. You can't breathe when you're swallowing, either water or anything else. And if you just stop for just that moment, it might give your diaphragm enough time to get back in sync. Now, that's not known. It's just a theory, but it may be the reason that some of these remedies work.
Well, thank you, Jan, for coming and giving us something to think about, at least. And,
yeah, you're very welcome.
Thank you, Dead Ernie, for being as patient as usual. Now for the part of the program we affectionately call...
For the guy who likes gadgets, here's the ultimate. A station wagon with everything you could want for camping or life on the road, including lifeboat, all built in and automatic. Behind the tailgate, a complete kitchen. While Dad is out boating, Mom gets the meal ready, in case he doesn't bring back any fish. She's got a refrigerator. And, of course, a stove. Naturally, the kitchen sink. This buggy really has everything, including a canopy to shelter the cook from the sun or rain. All controlled by push buttons, including the canopied family size and fully automatic tent on the roof. Alas, if those push buttons have you starry-eyed, this is one model not for sale. It's a dream car, strictly experimental, and the cost of production is even more impressive than all the fancy features. So dream away and wait the day.
Everyone knows there is no cure for the common cold, and certainly not for the one I got coming on. But there's no shortage of cold treatments either. There are capsules and liquids, time pills, chest rubs, and if you don't like what's available in a drugstore, you can always make up your own. Why not? People have been creating their own home remedies for centuries, and they swear that they work. Now, you might remember that last season, we explored some that have been passed down from generation to generation.
We've got hot lemonade, little honey, pat of butter, and a shot or two of whiskey.
Ah, the secret ingredient.
Yes.
The infamous onion sandwich. Now, I have to admit, this is really my grandmother's remedy.
You also have a lot of peppers cut up
You
here.
bet.
Now, these scare the cold away.
You're darn right. Grandmothers knew what to do.
What's going on here?
This is just like going nuclear.
Chuck, what do you think about chicken soup? It's
Chicken
used
soup.
by a lot of folks.
That's right. It's not a remedy, but it sure makes you feel better. Good digestible food. Anything, Ira, that makes you feel better, do it.
Since that program, we have been swamped with suggestions from people with their own foolproof methods. Everything from putting salt pork around your neck to wearing nose clips. So, as a public service, we're going to bring you some more home cold remedies. We're also bringing some folks back from our studio audience to sit in and show them to you. And we also got back our expert, Dr. Chuck Carlin, chemist and advisor to the Food and Drug Administration. Welcome back, Dr. Carlin.
Thank you, Ira.
Since our last program, has there been any new development in the cold remedy situation?
There has been some experimentation done with zinc, although that's very
really?
inconclusive as yet, and also with interferon, which is a natural body defense, but we don't know whether the external administration of interferon is going to help us or not.
There's still a long way to go in testing those things out.
A lot of experimentation to be done.
Now we're going to test some stuff out right here, right now. We've asked some folks from our audience to read some of the letters we got, so...
Well, here's a letter from Charles Weber in Warren, Pennsylvania, Warren, New Jersey.
All right.
And he says that what he does when he gets a cold is take a 250-watt infrared lamp and shine it on his infected nose until it gets real hot. And he guarantees that if he does it immediately after contacting his cold, he gets rid of it in an hour or even a half hour. Does that really work, Doctor? I know it's hot.
Oh, God,
It
you
sure
could really
is.
get
Sure
some
is
heck
hot.
of a burn there.
He
That's
says
right.
don't drop it on your bed because it might set the bed on fire.
Anything that makes your face feel hot is going to make you feel better. You see all this pain inside here, and you warm it up, and it makes you feel better. That's true.
Yeah, but you also could really do a job on your face.
That's
if you
right.
want
You
to.
can actually cook your nose here,
All right.
even though it hurts.
All right, let's move on to our second remedy right here. This is what I'm staying away from. This looks like a skunk.
This is indeed Pepe the skunk.
Pepe,
who
okay.
Is here at the suggestion of Sue Hawkins McClure of Troy, Illinois. And she says, although she hasn't tried it herself, her grandmother told her that the way to cure a cold was to go out and sample the eau de skunk when you're out in the country.
What do you say?
The eau de skunk, like many other things, will make your nose run. Even though you're healthy as a horse, it'll make your nose run. And if you have a cold, you've got congestion in your nose, and the eau de skunk will make you blow your nose and clean out some of the stuff and give you more air passages open and that sort of thing, and that will make you feel better.
It's natural and it's free.
A natural solution.
A very organic one.
But we can't vouch for it. Remember, she said she didn't even try it herself, and I can see why on this one. Yeah. Let's go on to the next one. Looks like we have a cooking class going on here.
This is a remedy that was sent by Patricia Fuller of Buena Park, California. And it's a combination of chopped onions and garlic that have been cooked in a lot of cooking oil.
Looks delicious.
Until it's, of course, very hot. Then you let it cool down a bit, but you make sure the oil is warm. Pour it into a cup. And this is for younger. This is a cold remedy for younger people. You rub it on their chests and their backs so that they feel good and get well. And she says it's guaranteed to work.
Okay, how does it feel?
Nice.
Nice, nice and warm, I'll bet. Well, what's going on here?
Well, he can smell all that nice garlic and onion stuff coming up off his chest. It's nice and warm. His head's been stuffed up all day and all night, and all of a sudden he can smell some things again, and that makes you feel better, to have your senses perked up a bit.
Yeah, anything to make you feel better when you have a cold. Yeah, I can understand that. All right, let's go to the final one here. This one, our secret panelist, you can come out now. What is going on here?
Well, this is a steam remedy from two people in Milwaukee, Philip Barnard and Julie Burko.
And the idea is?
Is to, with this steam, that it would ease the sinus pain and clear your passages.
Well, they're right. You don't want to get very close to that because that's really hot there. But if you get up here in this cooler stuff, then that moisture gets inside your nose and it cools off your nose from all that inflammation and it makes you feel better. It relieves some of the pain inside your head.
Don't get too close to that. Thank you, Dr. Carlin. Thank you all, folks. I think I'll stick to chicken soup. Well, that's about all the time we have for now. I'm Ira Flatow, ordering you to stay healthy. We'll see you next time on Newton's Apple.